The Zenith Primero 410 Moon Face. This has to be my favourite watch in my collection, without doubt. I absolutely love it. I bought it probably about 10 years ago. Sadly, even though it's one of my favourites, or the favourite, it gets, I think, the least time on my wrist. Mainly because it's 18 karat gold, and it just scratches so easy. And this is really, it's more of a dress watch, not really something you can wear as an everyday watch, but it's just fantastic. I did say in one of my other videos, I do regret not buying it in stainless steel when I had the chance. They've made a new El Primero, but when I saw the pictures I wasn't impressed. But I actually did walk by a Zenith dealer, and he had one in the window, and it's not too bad, but it's a bit bigger than this one. This is 38 millimeters in diameter. I believe it's 9 or 10. I think it's 9 from here to here, and then you've got 10 obviously from the top of the crystal to the bottom. It's got a nice domed crystal on there, and I love the way they have these little steps going up. And the back of the back of the watch, you can see the movement. It's just an amazing looking movement. Some people talk about grail watches. I'm not really one of those people that think, oh, that's my grail watch, I must have that. But I think if I was, this is probably as close as I could probably get to a grail watch. I think my all-time would be a Patek Philippe. I can't remember the reference number. I think it's 3970, which is the moon face. But I wouldn't be able to spend 80 to 100,000 pounds on a watch. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I would never wear it. It'd be just ridiculous. But that one is a beautiful watch. But I think this does give it a really good run for its money. It's got the in-house movement by Zenith, which is actually the same movement used in this. This is a Rolex Daytona with the Zenith movement. I've actually had the Rolex longer than I've had the Zenith, but you can probably see the way the dials are laid out and the subdials, that it's the same. But the Rolex doesn't have the moon phase or the triple date, which is a bit of a shame. I don't quite understand why they didn't do that. But I'll do a review on my Rolex, and I'll put a link onto it if you want to see that one. So back to the Zenith. It comes on this brown crocodile strap. I did get a black one as well. The dealer always sorts me out with an extra strap. It's got a signed deployant buckle there and there. It closes really nice and firmly. On the side here you've got the pushers to set the date and the month, and then you've also got one which sets the moon phase. I'll go into that a little bit later. Let me show you the back of it properly. Get it undone. Oh. You have to lift it up. There we go. Now you can see the movement properly. If the camera will focus. I'm looking through the camera, so I'm not quite sure if it's focusing properly. I think this one and the IWC 5001, the back of it, the movement where you can see it, is just amazing. Okay, I will get back to you with more close-up of the dial. The dial has a triple date with a moon phase and chronograph. Now when you buy one of these triple date moon phase ones, they give you this little leather pouch, and inside you get one of these little pushers. this is to change the date and the moon phase, which is just at the side here, but I'll show you the dial first. So here you have the day, here is the month, and then at the bottom is the date, and then obviously the moon phase. And it's got a constant second hand running here, 30-minute totalizer here, and the hour one here. It's a 12-hour in total. And the movement is just a fantastic movement. It's so smooth, and when you start it, there's no jolt whatsoever. It just glides across the dial. You can just see the hand, the way it's just moving across. And when you turn it on and off, it's just so smooth. There's no sort of, you've got to put a lot of force on there. Some of them you've got to put a real large amount of pressure on to start the chronograph, and then there's a big jolt. This one, it's just, and the click it's just so nice. They've made just a fantastic watch. It's now been this one's been discontinued, but they've brought out a new one. And I did say that I do regret not buying this in stainless steel. Now, another YouTuber called Guido Pelagos, he's got one. He's just bought one, and he's done a review of his. And I'll put a link here. I'll ask him if I can put a link there, and I'll put a link to his channel there and his review. His is slightly different. His dial has got the smooth dial. This one has got this sort of etching. I can't remember what they call it, but there's a name for it when they do this fancy dial. You've got on the dial it says Zenith Primero chronometer, and that's it, which I really like. I would have preferred them not to have the chronometer on there and just El Primero, but it's some of them they'll put automatic and all sorts of other nonsense on the dial, and they just clutter them. The new Pelagos, again, I was talking to Guido. They've made a new Pelagos, and they've put 5 lines of text on it, and it just looks so cluttered. If you just look at the 30-minute totalizer when it just glides across, see how smooth that is? Just so smooth. To set the day, so you take the little pusher and then just push it in. You can see it change. There you go. You can just see it change. And then here, the one above, is to set the moon phase. You can just see it moving. Actually, I'll do that again when I take that out. So when you want to set the time, you just pull out the crown. Now, most watches, when you pull out the crown on the first one, it starts to set the date. But with the Zenith, it's the opposite. You pull it out once, and it sets the time. And then you pull it out again. Am I going that way? Oh, it's that way. And it will set. And it, again, just such a smooth action. The click is just solid. You can just feel the quality on this watch. Let me show you the moon phase. So you just push it and then adjust it to wherever the moon is, and then once it's there, it automatically changes the month, the day, and everything else, and the moon phase will correspond with that. It doesn't have a leap year, unlike the Patek Philippe, but then the Patek Philippe is 10 times the price of this, so yeah, I think I can live without it, to have a leap year. But other than that, it's just an amazing watch. I absolutely adore it. I am going to see if I can find a stainless steel one, just like Guido's, but they're quite hard to find, and some people want ridiculous amounts of money for them. But you've got to be very careful because it's quite old now. I've looked at the new one, not really had it on my wrist, but I've looked at it. I'm going to go in and have a proper look at it and try it on. But it's 42mm, which is fine. It's about the maximum I really want to have this type of watch. This size is better for me. I prefer the 38. It's just more of a dress watch. The 38 just fits very comfortably. I think the Rolex is about the same. Yeah, yeah. But the Rolex is just normal yellow gold, and this is pink gold, or rose gold as they call it. I think the rose gold looks much nicer. So yeah, if I do get the stainless steel one, I will do a video on it. So I'm in two minds of getting the new one, or to try and source one which is identical to this. So to be honest, I don't really need another one, but it would be just nice to have, I think, especially this one. If I can find one which is in really good condition, I might go for it. If you want to see a review of the Rolex, I'll do that straight after this, and then I'll put a link on the end here, and you can watch that. Thank you for watching.